Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about Tiger King, because I want to start doing these things called Netflix reviews, because I've watched a lot of Netflix, as you can tell, because I'm stuck in my house. But I'm going to start with Tiger King, because Tiger King got so much of, a publicity that, it would be a great video. At least I would get some views. People know about it. But I need to address some stuff. Basically, if you haven't noticed, my name changed because I didn't want my, actual name being a part of it. If you didn't know, if you followed me with my actual name, my name is Shayla Palmieri, but I didn't want y'all going through the trouble of, pronouncing that. So, my nose runs when I put makeup on. But if you don't know, I'm originally from Oklahoma, and I watched the recent episode that TMZ put out, the one that's what really happened in Tiger King, which, by the way, TMZ, you didn't reveal anything to us. We got the same information that, what was it, that Twitter gave us, and, all the other stuff gave us. He was Doc Antle's being investigated. No, duh, because at the end, literally, Joe confessed to PETA that he does random bad stuff too. And they were Carol Baskin's being the investigation and her second husband's coming up. Yeah, probably because we heard that on Twitter already. My mom was they're reopening the case a week before that. We all watched it. We sat there and watched it, and we all knew that. No duh. You didn't reveal any new information to us. They were a notification popped up on my phone. Oh my god. But they were Joe has been moved to a new prison because coronavirus broke out in the prison he was in. No duh. I learned that a week before from Clever. You didn't reveal any new information to us about Tiger King. If you've watched all the videos involving Tiger King, yeah, you would have known that. And they were Carol Baskin's zoo is closed. Well, no duh, I hope it's not opened. We're all in quarantine. TMZ is stupid. Did you not think about that before you edited it? You were yeah, her zoo is currently closed. I hope her zoo's currently closed, because that's, after my little rant. Hold on, I gotta go back up. So we're talking about Tiger King, and I have a little bit of stuff to say about, hold on. My notes just jumped down to the bottom. The first episode, you're introduced to 6 of the cast members, which are actual people, and they had actual names, but I call them cast members. I don't know why. Also how the investigation started with big animals in America, and where Wynnewood, Oklahoma is. And hi, I'm from Oklahoma and had no idea where Wynnewood, Oklahoma is from. That's how you can tell I was from, a big city. I was from a college town, technically. Oh my god, stop doing that! I'm, trying to scroll down and it keeps jumping pages. Also, they talk about how Joe and Carol have a feud, and it doesn't make sense because she's animals shouldn't be in cages, as in animals in a cage. She's tigers shouldn't be in cages, they should have blah 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 blah. As she's kneeling down on the ground with an animal in a cage behind her, does that not apply to eating too? God, I would, if I was personally a tiger, I wouldn't want to be in a cage eating food and then get the chance to go roam around. I wouldn't want to eat my food in the room, in the air, open, out in the open. It doesn't make sense. She's a hypocrite. That's what she is. She's a total hypocrite. The second one, they talk about, why did my brain blink? Went blank. They talk about 2 of the cast, or the zoo, or employees at Joe's Zoo having no arms, about how Doc Antle, and this is in episode 2, oopsies, they talk about the 2 employees that don't have limbs, not all of them, but they have some amputated limbs. They talk about how Joe and Doc are bad, but Carol's sanctuary is better, which it's not, because it's not a sanctuary. It's a zoo. Aye. They also talk about Mario de Broadway in this, which I have no idea why he was in this. Like, yeah, he does the same stuff as them, but how does that connect to Joe and Carol? Like, also, Carol's just not a good person. This is just gonna be me bashing Carol. This should be what this is. Just me bashing Carol for, like, a good solid 12 minutes. Yeah. She talks about how showing off exotic animals or exotic cats to elevate your status is toxic, as she's doing that in a Netflix series. Like, do you not see that? Like, me standing in front of a tiger being like, look at the cat I have. Like, no. Let him be. Let him be. She talks about how Joe was selling tiny, the big cats to tinier zoos, which, by the way, they go into this in a little bit, and, like, it makes sense. Like, how did Carol not think about that? When he was being, sued, right? He was being sued, and he had that, the money he had to pay back. She was like, you need to stop cub petting. If he stops cub petting, how is he gonna make money? Carol, you didn't think. Like, no, you didn't think. Like, also, I'm not gonna play any of the clips because Carol is a bigger YouTube channel than me, and I'm pretty sure she would copyright this because I'm just far left on Joe. But I also don't like Joe either. He's a crazy, weird person. He reminds me of people I've met in Oklahoma, and that's not a good thing. He's just crazy. He's just a crazy Oklahoman. When my mom said it best. She was like, I know people like that. They talk about Mario de Broadway, in which Carol says that Mario de Broadway shouldn't have a cat, or shouldn't have pet animals because of his past, which doesn't make sense. Because then, if that logic doesn't make sense, then that means every criminal in the United States that has gotten out and done their time should not own a cat, or a dog, or a fish, or a bird, or a chinchilla, or a hamster, or a gerbil, because those are pets. And, like, I understand these are, like, big animals, but it still applies. They're animals. Like, just being like, he has a felon, he shouldn't own animals. Like, no, Carol. Let him do what he wants. He hasn't put a hit out on you. You should be fine. Just leave him alone. Leave everyone alone, Carol. Seems like you're the problem. Oh, I forgot this in the last recording. They talk about the line, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens." If you don't know, that's on that poster back there, that little letterboard. Which, in the first one, I was gonna post some TikToks because I found some better ones. And then when I recorded that, like, a day after the Savage song, everyone has to know what the song is. It's the Savage song, like, by Megan Stallion, but it's about Carol Baskin killing her husband, which is, like, the greatest one ever. I'm gonna post some of them here because they deserve credits. They are great.
Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Fed them to tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin.
If you don't cut your hair and you don't wear a suit and you're gay, if you have multiple husbands, kinky sex, and have tried drugs, if you're broke as shit, you have a judgment from some bitch in Florida, you just might be a Joe Exotic.
Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carol Baskin. Just took a kitty cat ride around my kitty cat meow meow kitty cat lake, and I just want to thank everybody for being a supporter of the Big Cat Kitty Cat Rescue. Now,
Carol Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Fed them to tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carol and Sapphire here in the background. And for today's daily update, I'm just going to tell you what I've been doing. So I have walked around the sanctuary. I took a look in at the Bobcat Rehab Hospital.
This one is this episode, the third episode. Hi, we're on the third episode. This episode is talking about how, like, Carol killed her husband, which, where is it? Like, I hope they find him. Like, where did he go? Like, he just didn't disappear off the face of the planet. She did something to him. Yeah, I had no comments about that. Episode 4 is about Joe's web show, which, like, you should have read the contract, honestly. Like, have you not learned anything? Like, read contracts, people. This is literally my thought. Read contracts. Read the contract through, especially if it's a business deal. If it's a business deal, read the contract. Because you don't know what you're getting into. Oh, this also talks about Carol Baskin's copyright infringement stuff. Which, by the way, if you don't know, she took everything. She took everything. If you stop when they're like, she took everything. I have a little list here. She wanted a desk, she wanted a display, she wanted the cash register, she wanted a pegboard. If you don't know what a pegboard is, it's like what a pegboard is. I'm assuming. She also wanted a ladder. And lawn chairs. Like, they're plastic. Why do you want those? Like, Carol, you can sue people for whatever you want. Just don't sue them for stupid shit. Like, I didn't think that had to be, like, said, but it did. The fifth episode, they talk about the political campaign and how Joe handles it with the zoo and everything. I'm not gonna go into any detail about this episode, but I will say Julian Solomita said it the best. That they should have put, like, a warning or a disclaimer at the beginning of the episode, because I had no idea what was going on in the episode, like, what was coming in the episode. Like, I even put warnings in front of my parents, like, before they started the episode. I was like, here's what's gonna go down. This is a triggering episode. Let's just say that. The sixth episode, they talk about the investigation, and literally everyone turned on him. Like, there was, like, I'm pretty sure the only person that stayed with him was the, like, his husband, Dylan. That's what I said the first time. Episode 7, they talk about the trial and who testified and how many charges were against Joe. And he was charged with 19 counts, and I don't think people understand that he was charged with 19 counts. Like, my mom was like, he should be pardoned because those 2 counts, the first 2 counts weren't credible enough. And I was like, Mom, he was also charged with animal abuse, killing animals, selling animals, or selling big endangered animals. So those were most of the charges. And at the end, I would say highly recommend this episode, or the series. Sorry this isn't, like, very, like, joke telly, because, like, everyone in the, like, world has seen it and made their own jokes and put the jokes out into the world, and there's so much you can, like, tell with, like, a series. Yeah, so I guess that's it with this video. If you like this video, please like it. If you like me, please subscribe. I don't know what I just did there. What else? Oh, all my social medias are linked down below, but the easiest way to find my social media is basically to go to my TikTok, because my TikTok has my Instagram, and basically if you know my Instagram, you know all of my social media. So, yeah.